Quick question for you. Do you have a goal you're working on? If you're like most people, you probably have at least one, right? If not like 20. So I remember when I started working with my mentor and he asked me what I was doing. And I told him I was building my business. And he asked me to send him my business plan, which I had a big one, of course, because I overdo everything. So he read it and he said, Dennis, you're working on like 6 different things. And I said, yeah, but we need to do this, 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 and this. And he asked me to rewrite it and focus on only one thing. So I did. I rewrote it and I sent it back to him and he read it and he said, Dennis, there's still 3 things in here. Hi, I'm Dennis Berry, best-selling author, life coach for addiction recovery, alcoholism, and life mastery. So this has been the story of my life. We all get wrapped up in doing so many different things that none of them ever gets done, or at least gets done well. In my adult life, I've started many different businesses. Most never made it, and the reason is that, as my mentor will tell you, I have the mind of a chronic entrepreneur, and of course, I'm a little crazy. But that's my story. You might not be a business owner or entrepreneur. You might just have too many damn things on your plate, and as a result, none of them gets done. And the reason is lack of focus. And most of us suffer from it on some level. We all have ADD. Everybody says, oh, that poor kid, he has ADD. We all have ADD. There's so many different things going on. There's your phone, the TV, your boss, the wife, the husband, the kids, everything. There's so much stuff going on. It's hard to stay focused. So I was working with this guy a few years ago. He came to me with a food addiction problem. And he was 80 pounds overweight and he was eating a lot. His cholesterol was high. He was pre-diabetic. His wife was getting upset with him too because she wasn't attracted to him anymore. So I asked him to write down his daily activities for a week, everything that he was doing, which he did. And then the following week, we went over it all. And so he had 50 things on his to-do list. Can you believe that? 50 different things. And I know some of you are like, yeah, I believe it because that's my to-do list too. So what would happen is that he would wake up with good intentions of being productive and getting his shit done. But by 10 a.m., he was overwhelmed and he didn't know what direction his head was spinning. So he would subconsciously walk into the kitchen and start eating. You see what's happening here? He was working on too many freaking things. Some people claim that they're expert multitaskers, and I said none of us are great multitaskers. Some may have a little more focus than others, but when you see that and they are getting stuff done, it's because they are consciously working on that focus. And they're only working on one thing at a time. Even though it seems like they're working on a bunch, they're only working on that one thing. And that's what I'm talking about here, the one thing. So what is your one thing? Me and him, we started working on focus. We started learning how to manage his time better. We started working on time blocking on his calendar because, there's a difference between a to-do list and your calendar. And then we started working on prioritizing activities. And most of his 50 things that were on that list were not only not important, but they weren't even his responsibility. We were able to eliminate a whole bunch of those right off the bat. So when we got these things in alignment, his stress levels decreased dramatically and he stopped doing his subconscious emotional eating and he lost all 80 of his pounds. Isn't that amazing? But once we realized what the root of the problem was, his addiction just kind of went away. Because remember, the food, the drugs, the alcohol, or whatever, it's not the real problem. It's what I'm using to cope with the real problem, which in his case, he was stressed out and overwhelmed. So we have to deal with that. And when we improve our focus and work on the one thing, then our lives improve dramatically in multiple areas. Well, we defined his one thing, and then we create specific action steps to take on a daily basis to get that one thing accomplished. And then when that one thing is accomplished, we move to the next one thing. And that's how I was able to build my successful business too, one thing at a time. I also have to add that it's nearly impossible to accomplish all this on your own. It almost always requires help from a coach or a counselor or an accountability partner of some sort, like somebody like me. And if you can't reach out to me, reach out to somebody who can keep you accountable, hold your feet to the fire to make sure that you're doing the things you need to do on a daily basis, especially the ones that you don't want to do, because those are the ones that are going to get you to be where you want to be in life. So if you're overwhelmed and struggling with reaching your goals, please reach out. Let's find your one thing together right now, not tomorrow when you think you have things under control again, but really deep inside that you don't have those things under control. Do it right now. We'll just talk for a little while and see if you don't feel better. So I'm sending you all love and good vibes. I hope you're getting that one thing done today. Have a great day.